Rapping Reason podcast with Dr. Jeremy C. McCool and Earl Hopkins. And on another note, man, talking about Wu-Tang Clan, it's only right that we do a review of a Wu-Tang classic, a hip-hop classic, really, but definitely one of their signature albums. It's one of their most recognized and probably the most well-recognized projects by Wu-Tang Clan, which is Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers. One thing about Wu-Tang before we get into the album, I think Wu-Tang stands out to me, and why I've always loved Wu-Tang is because they don't sound like anybody else. And not only do they not sound like anybody else, their sound has never been able to be duplicated. Not effectively, at least. And I think that one of the reasons for that is, number one, shout out to RZA, who produced the majority of this project. It's just the production is so drastically different. I mean, you have somebody who's sampling everything from soul records to kung fu movies and blending them all together in on these eerie, gritty type of tracks. And I think that it just sounds completely different. And the amount of animation that all of them have on these records when they're rapping, I think completely different than anything I had ever heard before I heard Wu-Tang. When I first heard Wu-Tang Clan, I was like, yo, what is this? Like, how? And I think that them pulling the best rappers from all of these different areas, you can hear the competitive nature of it by how like energetic they are on these records. And I think that that's fire. And you could tell that they were trying to outdo each other because all of them are going. There's nobody who's taking it easy on any Wu-Tang record.
None of them.
Nobody who is like, like you might not like somebody's verse on it, but you can't say it wasn't entertaining.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're all going hard. So with that being said, man, your first time hearing Enter the Wu-Tang, man, what were your thoughts?
My first thoughts, I'll be candid with y'all. Like my first time hearing Enter the Wu-Tang, because growing up in hip hop, like you always hear about this album. Like it's one of the staples of the genre that you just have to listen to, right? It's almost like Ready to Die or, what's the joint? Yeah, exactly. Illmatic. Like that's where you earn your stripes kind of as a rap fan, I would say. It's like listening to those seminal albums. And so when I first turned on Enter the Wu-Tang, honestly, like I didn't really get it. You know what I mean? Because like I was in middle school. I'm like, I'm not used to hearing this. I'm listening to Drake's Best I Ever Had, you know what I mean? Or Marvin's Room or Big Sean, like whoever was popular at the time. And so when I was listening to that, I was just like, it sounds, I didn't have a word for it then, but now looking back, I was just like, this is so unpolished and chaotic, right? Like that's what it sounds like. It just sounds very garage band-ish, right? Well before a garage band ever existed. So, but once I grew up and I listened to it more, and more than anything, I heard other hip hop fans that were older than me really talk about what this was like at the time. In 1993, bro, like I said, this sound wasn't popping. Like this sound was like they like had that East Coast sound, but they like it was kind of more muffled. It was really more like centered on earth in a way. I don't know how else to describe it, bro, but like as gruff and gritty as it was, like that's what makes it so special. It's just it really encapsulated that time within music. Forget rap, like just music. So like listening back to it, I always heard Cream. Cream is one of the best hip hop songs, period, to me. Protect your neck, bro. Like that make anybody want to put on some Nike boots or like some Timbs and stomp somebody out. You know what I'm saying? The mystery of chess boxing, bro. Crazy. Like when it comes to the lyrics, bro, RZA's production, as unpolished as again it sounded at the time, bro, or as it is now, like this is masterful production. Like as little resources as they had, bro, as little money as they had at this time to create this kind of classic album, bro, is unparalleled. So it's a testament to RZA's genius as the architect of the group, but it's a testament to like Method Man, Jizza, all you got, all the members, man, that make up this collective, bro, because they're rapping on levels as a collective, like it's seen in very few places, bro. Seen in very few groups. Like I would say a Tribe Called Quest to me lyrically is of the same echelon, but like even still to have 12 members or 10 plus members, bro, on the same accord, bro, crazy. So yeah, this is a classic, man. I don't if anybody takes issue with the classic label on this, I just implore them to just listen to it again and again and again, and you'll get it. You know what I'm saying? What did you think about this album, bro?
Well, same thing. When I first heard it, I was actually probably in high school. And one of my cousins actually had the CD, and I actually played,
Mm,
and I remember playing it and being like, "Yo, what is it?" So it didn't resonate with me until like college when I went back to it.
mm,
Um, when I listened to it again, because at first I same thing. I'm like, okay, this is chaotic. Like sound wise, this is a lot
yeah,
going on. And I also being always somebody who was inclined when it came to audio production, it also was just like I was like, this is mixed well. You know what I mean? So like it it,
yeah,
it threw me off on that front, like just because of just how some of the sound levels are and the like the sound quality of it. But then when I went back to it, like a few years later, like I was like, oh my God, how did I miss all of this? You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's dope. Like it to me, this is one of those projects that isn't it's I like that it's not mixed the best. You know,
yeah,
it fits it. Like it fits the grimy sound of it. It really does sound like it was like created in a dungeon. Like that's how it sounds. And it sounds like it in the best way humanly possible. Like
yeah,
um it just sounds like a bunch of just hungry rappers like who are just going crazy on these different beats. And to me it's amazing. I love the kung fu little samples in between. Um
mm,
yeah, it's just an extremely unique album. And all of their rapping on there is just on another level. Like, and to me, when I listen to rap like this from the 90s, it really does remind, like, it makes me really, it makes me so disappointed in some of the rap that we're getting now. Like the mainstream hip
yeah,
hop now, like how far we've deviated. In the hip hop course that I teach, I remember like sometimes when I play older stuff for them and I tell them how young the artists were who made it, they're like, what? Like I remember like when I play like a Nas joint when he was like 19 or 20, and they're like, he was
yeah, bro.
rapping like this and like this articulate and this like skilled lyrically. And I feel the same way when I showed them anything Wu-Tang Clan. It's like the level that they were rapping on and how like intricate some of their lyrics are. It's just amazing to hear. And it was so ahead of their time
Yeah,
when it's released. So some of the standout records for me, man, of course, Bring the Ruckus, Beat Stupid. My favorite joint on here is probably The Mystery of Chess Boxing too. Uh,
yeah,
I just
yeah.
the rapping on there is just crazy. That's probably my favorite on here, but I also love Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to F with, of course.
Of course.
Method Man is my favorite rapper out of Wu-Tang Clan.
Easily mine.
But just
No, I can't say it. Well, let's talk about that after. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay, we'll get into that. That's my favorite rapper out of Wu-Tang Clan is Method Man, and I think that he really showed out on some of these tracks. Cream, of course,
yeah. Come on.
a classic record that is just
Bless.
amazing. But even like a track like Tears, the storytelling on there is amazing, man.
Hmm.
And I think that one thing that I really am impressed with Wu-Tang Clan is they do a lot of rap about how dope they are as rappers, but they also will like throw in conscious messaging and throw in like um, a lot of more intricate um, storytelling and just they'll go more in depth subtly on songs. And I think that's dope.
Hmm.
And a lot of that stems from they also put in a lot of their 5% nation stuff throughout these records. And I think that
Hmm.
comes across very different. Um and I just think that the way they melded into songs, I think is really, really unique. This actually isn't my favorite Wu-Tang album.
It's
But
not mine
I
either.
love it. Wu-Tang Forever is definitely my favorite Wu-Tang Clan album. Just because
Absolutely.
I think the production is better, the sound quality is better. It sounds like more grand and just like bigger. But this
Yeah.
one is like just different. This is a staple in hip hop, and like to me, it's just yeah, it just sounds so different than everything else that's out. I would understand why this would be somebody's favorite outside.
Mm.
And Wu-Tang Forever might not be. So I can get why people I like Wu-Tang Forever just because I like some of the tracks on there better. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. Classic, classic. I don't think that there's any. They didn't waste any space in this. It's not a long album either. It's only
It's
12,
not.
only 12 songs. They've done deluxe versions and now like released different versions of it. Like
Mhm.
Method Man is a song I love too. But they've like released another live version of it that's fire. Like so they've done some deluxe,
Yeah.
released some different like versions of some of these songs. But yeah, there isn't a lot of songs on here I don't like, to be honest.
Nah, me neither. And actually, bro, fun, like quick story too. Like, so I was interning in New York. I was living in East Flatbush at the time. And I was broke. I ain't gonna lie. I was broke. Fresh. I had just graduated college, had this internship, and so I was like, yo, I was hitting my man's who lives in he lived in Manhattan at the time. He was a lifelong New Yorker. I'm like, yo, how do you get money here, bro? I keep applying for these, like, I'm trying to get something outside of my internship, yada yada yada. He was like, bro, you should like get into to extra work, like acting, right? I was like, what? Okay, whatever, right? So this is summer of 2019. I kid you not, bro. My first and only acting gig, air quotes, was with the Wu-Tang Hulu drama series, bro. I was
Really?
yes, yes. I was,
You know,
bro. So
I've
they
never
had
watched that series. It's been on my list of things to watch. Now I gotta watch it. But which episode? I'm gonna see you walk by or something.
I don't know. Actually, I haven't seen it. I haven't
I
seen it
need to
either.
look to see if you made it, bro. Come on,
I
this is your
did.
acting debut, man. You're supposed to be a thespian now. I need to know. Bro, what are you?
Yo, they had me go to like a local thrift store, just get the baggiest clothes. Dead serious. Like this was the description. Get the baggiest clothes you can find. And then I'm in the scene. I'm in the background of the scene where Raekwon freestyles for like a music exec at like a pool next to a pool. I'm in that scene. You will not see me, but I'm in the scene somewhere in there, bro. But
I'm
that's
going.
crazy. Yeah, that's
Oh,
crazy.
hold on. They made you buy your own clothes as an extra.
Ain't that crazy? Yes, bro. Made me buy my own clothes. And then so I'm laying out my clothes like for the I guess a costume designer. I'm like, yeah, so I got this. She was like, stop talking. I got it. I was like, all right. Cool. And so we did it, man. It was crazy. I have a whole whole story about how they treat like extras, bro. It's actually like crazy. But because they had us sleeping on like a school bus or something at like 4 in the morning in Staten Island. I'm like, what are we doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. But yeah,
Humble
fun
beginnings,
fact.
man. It's great for y'all to hear our humble beginnings, man.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, that's funny. I gotta find you on this. Now I gotta watch it, bro. You
Now I should watch it. Shoot. Like I haven't even seen it.
didn't get
You know
no
what I mean?
talking line, bro. You didn't get your credit.
Nah. They wouldn't make that mistake. They were smart. I couldn't remember. I probably wouldn't remember a sentence, bro. Zero acting experience. Zero. But yeah, that was the interesting time. And actually, to your point too, the reason why I love Wu-Tang Forever, a part of it, I think Triumph is probably one of the best hip hop beats ever assembled, ever
Bro, that's
created.
one of the best hip hop beats, and that is some of the best rapping that's ever been done.
Bro, insane.
Bro, when I first heard Triumph, I remember just looking at like I remember just looking at my phone like, bro, what is this? Bro,
Yes.
I bomb atomically. Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't define how I be dropping these. I remember hearing
Like
what what took your brain there to start off a verse like that? Like, yeah, Wu-Tang is different, man. Hey, if y'all have
different.
never heard Triumph, that's not on this album, but on Wu-Tang Forever, bro, please do yourself a favor. If you're
Please.
like, I don't know if I feel Wu-Tang Clan, start with Triumph. If
I
you don't
think
like
that
that,
is
then you're not gonna like
yeah,
Wu-Tang.
the best entry point is Triumph. Easy. Easy for me. Um so what you were talking about who the best member, who your favorite member is. Who's
Yeah.
your favorite member?